continue with our Kitzur class. Today's class 14.
And we start with Chofetz Chaim. We're on page number 68, and it's Sefer Chofetz Chaim, and like a big subject is Lashon Hara, laws of derogatory speech. And today's topic is with permission. Okay. It is forbidden to speak derogatory about someone, even when the subject has made it known that he does not mind if such things are said about him. So basically, for whatever reason, the guy does not mind, and it is negative information, so it is still forbidden. As mentioned above, so for example, I give you one example. If somebody is about teshuva, right? So it says clearly that it's forbidden to remind him the way he was. So and even person is trying to let's say to make a compliment, right? And say, look at you, like you went a long way. I remember you, blah 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 blah, right? How you were like 5 years or 3 years ago. These jeans and holes and these earrings and tattoos, and look at you now. So it is, and this guy maybe he's not ashamed, but it is forbidden. As mentioned above, to speak negatively of one's fellow is shameful in itself. Okay. Regardless of the subject feelings, speaking Lashon Hara is contrary to man's exalted status as the only creature who was fashioned B'Tselem Elokim, in a divine image. So we said many times, so person was created in divine image, and one of the explanations that he can speak. Right? Okay, you want to say something?
Yeah, so this is my question. So about the person who says you can speak Lashon Hara about me. So obviously the person who speaks Lashon Hara, he gets a small punishment. But let's say...
No, not small punishment. He gets a huge punishment.
Yeah, he gets a huge punishment. But the person who says it's allowed, does he get punished too?
Say it again, if person.
Okay, let's say this person says you can say that before I used to eat pork, okay?
Yes.
This person also get a punishment?
Oh yeah. Of course.
Okay.
It's like there is a prohibition. Of putting stumbling block in front of the blind person.
Mm-hmm.
So by you allowing him to say that, he's stepping into the trap. And he said, okay, there is no problem. No, there is a problem.
So, but the person who speaks the Lashon Hara, does he get, let's say, less punishment because the other person said he was allowed to? Does he get less punishment because of this?
He does. It's a good question, but it's not a lesser punishment. He's not getting additional punishment.
Okay.
Additional punishment meaning if there is a separate punishment for embarrassing another person, right? And it doesn't matter. So if it's in public, it's additional punishment, right? But even in private, so there are only two of you in the room. It's still not allowed. So basically the answer to the question, he's getting only one punishment, but not others. But still not allowed. Okay, so one more time. So let me read the sentence from the beginning. Speaking Lashon Hara is contrary to the man's exalted status as the only creature that was fashioned B'Tselem Elokim, in a divine image, and this is not altered by the fact that one has been granted permission to speak derogatory. I mean, he's a prince of right. He's a son of the king. So, and even though he forfeit his honor, it's still honor his father, right? So nobody can disrespect the prince. Okay. So that's the thing. Okay, we stop here, and we go to Kitzur Shulchan Aruch. So we are up to Siman number 9, and we start very interesting topic: laws of Tzitzis. Okay, it's page 66. It says contain 21 seifim. Okay. So, wow, very long seal, but let's start. So the way we read it was just to remind ourselves. So first we read the whole text without any commentary, and then we go back and read line by line with all of the commentary. And if the two commentary in one sentence, so we read the sentence from the beginning, so we have like continuation of the idea, unless the commentary is very short. Okay. So let's go. So it says that the Torah commands by Midbar 15:38 that when wearing a garment that has four corners, one must affix tzitzis, tassel-like fringes. Okay, we're going to call tzitzis tassel-like. It's too much, a little too much for me. So tzitzis, we know what it is. To the corners of the garment. They shall make themselves fringes on the corners of the garment. That's a passage from the Torah. Each of the tzitzis is made up of the four strings that are inserted into the corner of the garment, and then knotted and twisted in a specific manner and to form a braided tassel. Basically, the idea is the same for like all of the different style of knotting. Like Sephardic with the knot different from Ashkenaz, and Ashkenaz is different from Chabad, let's say. Okay. So, but the idea is it's the same. It's four strings. Okay, so continue. Sif number 1. How great is the commandment of Tzitzis? There is the reward for the observance of the and the punishment for neglecting is very great. Okay, so all right, so that's why it's very recommended even sleep in Tzitzis. Right? This is evident from the Torah. For the Torah equate this commandment and also connects it to all the commandments of the Torah combined. So it's very interesting. So one more time, this is evident from the Torah equates this commandment and connects it to all commandments of the Torah combined. So how do we know it's very important? So because Torah compares to all the commandments, as we see from Gematria. Let's see. And the verse by Midbar 15:39 states, and you shall see it, the Tzitzis, and you shall remember all the commandments of HaShem to perform them. It's from our Shema, where we say Shema. Seeing the Tzitzis reminds one of the commandments because the numerical value of the word Tzitzis alludes to 613 commandments as follows. Okay, so as we know, there is no random things in the Torah, and it is divine, so same as Tzitzis. So it says the letters of the word Tzitzis have numerical value of 600. Okay, so let's see. Oh no, we said we're going to read without commentary first. I apologize. So let's continue without commentary. 600, and add to that 8 strings, so 600 plus 8, that hang down from the knot of each tassel, and 5 knots tied in each tassel. So it's 600 plus 8 plus 5 is going to be 613. This adds up to 613, the total number of commandments in the Torah. Okay, so continue. Because the tzitzis are worn to remind the person all of the commandments, therefore every man must take care to have the Tallis-Katan. So the Tallis-Katan is the one that you wear on your body. That's the one that he should wear the entire day. Okay. The following is a description of the ideal features of the Tallis-Katan. It should be made of wool or sheep. It should be white, and as large as the required measurement. there is a 3/4 of amma long. We're going to see what amma is, and a half of amma wide. Some say that it must be 1 amma long and 1 amma wide. Those who make the Tallis-Katan sewn up at sides must be careful. It should be open at each side by the discernible majority of the length of the garment, and the sides may not be even be closed with hooks. So basically, it's I saw some people like to buy those they're like a t-shirt, right? Like V-neck t-shirt, let's say, and they have like sides open, and I mean they a little close, maybe closed on the sides, maybe a few inches closed. Otherwise, it's open, and they have tzitzis. Okay, so that's a kosher one, right? So they say that the majority of the sides should be open. In addition, every person should take care to have the talis gadol with tzitzis, in which to wrap himself during the morning prayer. So that's for a married man. Okay. One should endeavor to beautify the mitzvah of having a beautiful talis. Indeed, this is also true with regard to all commandments. All of the commandments, I mean, since we love them, or right, so that's when you like someone, when you love something, that's you want to make it as beautiful as possible. One must fulfill them in the most beautiful way possible. So don't buy the cheapest thing, right? For it is written in the Torah, in Shmos 15:2, "This is my God, and I will beautify him." And we interpret this homiletically in Shabbos 138b to mean beautiful yourself before him in fulfillment of the commandment. Maybe beautify yourself. I'm not sure it says beautiful. Through the enhanced performance of the commandments, one makes himself beautiful before HaShem. One should be careful to buy tzitzit strings from a trustworthy person, so he can be sure that they were prepared with regard to the spinning and twisting of the thread explicitly for the sake of the mitzvah. So that's very important requirement. So all of the strings must be from made for the sake of the mitzvah. That's why they cannot be made by a machine. And let's say the people who are not obligated in tzitzis cannot do that. Right? For example, not Jew cannot do it, or a woman cannot do it. And in accordance with the law of making tzitzis, the tzitzis string must also be proper length. So not be too short. Okay. So let's go from the beginning, and we're going to see all the commentaries. If any questions or comments, please stop in anywhere you like. Okay. So from the beginning, how great is the commandment of the tzitzis? The reward for the observance and the punishment for neglect, they are very great. This is evident from the Torah. For the Torah equates this commandment and also connects it. So all of the commandments of the Torah combine. As it says by Midbar states, and you shall see it, the tzitzis, and you shall remember all the commandments of HaShem and perform them. Seeing the tzitzis reminds one of the commandments, because the numerical value of tzitzis alludes to 613 commandments as follows. The letter of the word tzitzis has numerical value of 600. Commentaries say, number 2, when spelled fully with both yuds, it's tzaddik 90, yud 10, tzaddik 90, yud 10, and tav or saf 400. Okay. 400, and they say Situr. Who uses different calculation to arrive to a value of 600? See there. Okay, no problem. So continue. And to the 8 strings, hang down, add to the add strings hanging down from the knot of each tzitzis, and the 5 knots that are in each tzitzis, which adds up to 613, the total number of commandments in the Torah. Commentary. This follows Rashi, Bamidbar, see there, for another explanation of the reminder of the mitzvahs inherent in a tzitzis. See Ramban there. Okay. I don't remember what they say there, but we can always check. Okay. Continue. Because the tzitzis I want to remind, so basically that's one of the reasons when people wear tzitzis out. So otherwise, if they I would say if they like thinner, so like when you go buy tzitzis, if you want give you a good place to buy, good prices and good selection, very good quality. So some of them like thin, so whatever you want, or some of them are thick. So I always buy thick tzitzis, right? So but if they're thin and you wear them like under your shirt, and then like inside of your pants, so you don't see them. So how exactly you can remember things, right? But if they hanging out, so that's a different story. That's a different story. So you always see, they always not always, but from time to time they like in front of your eyes. So that's how you remember.
So a question. So just how you said right now, you can't see it, and so it'll have less effect. But for example, we can't see our kippas, and yet we still know they're on our heads, and we still have fear of HaShem more so because of them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and one thing. So let's say you.
No, but one second. Let's do one at a time.
Yeah.
So okay. So what is the difference between kippah and tzitzis? So first of all, kippah. I don't want to like mislead you, but technically kippah is like until recently it was optional. So it's not obligatory. Well, it said when you pray that your head must be covered, and it says in Shulchan Aruch, it said clearly you should not walk the 10 4 amos, meaning like 7, 8 feet without head covering. It's all true, but it's not like if you don't, it is a punishment.
Mm-hmm.
But it says that if you see a kippah, you're going to remember. No, it does not say, but it clearly says only about tzitzis that when you're going to look at them, you're going to remember all of the 600 commandments of HaShem.
Mm-hmm.
Only about them. So that's the only thing that you are outside. Yeah, go ahead. Okay, good. Let's do 1 point in a time.
Yeah. Sorry. And you said we have to make sure we beautify our tzitzis and everything like that, all our mitzvah. So, but let's say you buy very beautiful $200 I don't know tzitzis, the best of the best. We'll just say it. But you hide them inside. Okay, you hide them.
Mm-hmm.
Now, but let's say you buy, I don't know, $30 tzitzit. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Not normal tzitzit, nothing special.
Mm-hmm.
And but you put and you also hide them. Which one does it make a difference that you bought more beautiful ones?
I think it does make a difference when you bought both of them inside, right? It's not.
Yes, both of them inside.
Yeah. So I would say you still did the mitzvah of beautifying things. It's not obligatory to wear them outside.
Mm-hmm.
There's no such. I never said that. It's not obligation, but for me, like logically, that would make sense. And that's it's not my opinion. That's what our poskim say, but others say it's not. There is no obligation. For me, like You see, for me, like when somebody is keeping his tzitzits inside, right, and he goes around without kippah, and he's like when he's in a shoe, he's a husband, like the one's in front and something like that. So for me, like person trying to hide something.
Mm-hmm.
When you're somewhere, maybe in Germany or I don't know, in Syria, in whatever, in Iran, so I understand that. So you better hide because it's your life depends. But here in America, in Brooklyn and New York, so I mean, like something is fishy. Why you trying to hide that you're Jewish?
Yeah, so the thing is, let's say you wear them outside, and I would say you probably HaShem is happier that you wore them outside because you're showing your heritage basically. You're
Yeah.
showing that you're a Jew, you're proud of it. But the thing is, when you hide it, as you said, nobody sees it. You don't even see it. So why does it matter if the tzitzit are beautiful if you hide them?
Mhm. You're right, 100%. At least you bought them. At least you invest. So you support someone who invests into this tzitzis, his job, his talents.
Hmm.
So normal. I have like expensive tzitzis, and they don't cost like $40. They 200. It's like $40. That's it, 42 whatever.
Hmm.
That's very good, like top quality.
Hmm.
Just so you know.
So what you're saying now is that let's say you hide them, how beautiful the tzitzit are, it doesn't matter, but because you bought them at a higher price,
Yeah.
it's more of a mitzvah because you're helping the Hasidim that you bought it
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
So,
And plus you show that you're not cheap. That you're not looking for the cheapest things.
mhm,
Yeah. You understand? So you said this mitzvah is beautiful, and I want to perform it like in this way when I put the tzitzis inside. So
mhm,
as we said, there is no prohibition. There is no the person who does it did not break any laws.
mhm,
That's make it clear. But my thing is, if you're Jewish, why don't you wear outside? What is the problem? What
mhm,
is the problem? Unless if a person is not comfortable, like is being, I'd like opposite the way I see it. So this is the way, for example, the person look with his kippah, it's going to stop him from doing not appropriate things. Like
mhm,
maybe let's say he's in line for a cash register, and this cashier is not the most polite person in the world. So you want to he's nasty or she's nasty, and you want to answer whatever she throws your bananas right
mhm,
down the belt. Whatever she's not nasty. Of course, I mean I'm going to pay this money from this for this tomatoes for this banana. Please don't throw them. I mean, but you can say it nicely. Because why? Because everybody looking, the whole world is looking at you because you're Jewish. So
mhm,
if I would not have my tzitzis out and my kippah, I'm not talking about myself, but like technically, right? You can say whatever you want, like all
mhm,
of the other people, like in a supermarket, in a street would do. But since you're Jew, it's obvious to everybody that you're a Jew, so you have to keep like conduct yourself on a higher standard.
mhm.
You're representative of HaShem.
Well, one more question. So let's say you bought a pair of tzitzis, the same tzitzis, one for $50 and the other one for $100. Now
Yeah.
the one that you bought for $100, if you bought it for more, yes, you're helping that person more, and sure, it's gonna be like charity. But also with that $50, you could have bought something else
Sure.
to
Yeah.
do a mitzvah.
Yes. Yeah. So I mean, as I told you, I have a very like top quality,
Hmm.
and they cost like 43. I mean, I bought it a long time ago, but like 42. I mean, they know me. They give me some discount
Uh-huh. I understand.
because I buy for other people also. So,
Mhm.
so but at least I used to buy.
Mhm.
Not any like what else? So for and if you buy as you said $100 or more, it would be some handwork and stuff like that. So it's not necessary. I mean, if you want, there is no problem, but it's not necessary. So if you have this money, so it's better to help other causes. There's so many people that they need, especially now in our time for material support, even to buy food. So if you can spare this $50, but buy yourself normal top quality Tzitzis for 50 and take another 50 and give to poor people, send it to Israel to support Talmidei Chachamim. It's absolutely, yes. You're right, 100%, yes.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. So very nice questions. Thank you. So let's continue. So let's do this sentence one more time on page 67 from the top. Because the tzitzis are worn to remind the person of all of the commandments, therefore every man must take care to have a Tallis-Katan, commentary, literally small cloak or garment. This refers to the smaller tzitzis garment that is customarily worn throughout the day. Throughout the day. This is in contrast to the larger tallis garment, tallis gadol, literally large cloak, worn during the morning prayers. Okay. So as we said, Ashkenazic tradition only when we get married, we wear this tallis gadol, and the reason is, I'm trying to remember what is it says in the Torah. When it is mentioned in Tzitzis, so and it's very close to the pasuk of the marriage. If I don't remember correctly, so that's why our Chachamim they say that's why these two things are connected. So Tallis connected to this Tallis Gadol connected to marriage. So when somebody gets married, he gets to wear tzitzis. Sephardim, I think, after 13 years old, and some others also. Okay, so continue. So he should wear entire day. Commentary number 6. The Torah does not obligate one to wear the four-corner garment with tzitzis. The commandment is only that if one wears such garment, tzitzis must be affixed to it. Okay. We wear the garment with tzitzis all day because of the great need to remember the commandment. Tur or Chaim. Now that since this become Jewish custom, one is obligated to wear four-corner garment with tzitzis, Igras Moshe or Chaim. Okay, so it's very interesting commentary, and I'd like to explain it. So the commandment is in the Torah: if you have a four-corner garment, you're obligated to tie tzitzis. But if you don't have this garment, technically, so you're not obligated to tie tzitzis. You understand? So basically, if I have a normal coat or whatever, so I don't, or like normal clothes, right? Like modern clothes, there is no obligation of tzitzis. Yeah, go ahead, please.
So an interesting question. Let's say there's someone who has let's say there's someone who eats, let's say, pork without tzitzis, okay? And let's say the same person with the same amount of Torah knowledge, okay? Eats the same pork with tzitzis on. Because he's, and for example, obviously someone who knows a lot of Torah, let's say if he eats pork, he has a bigger punishment than someone who knows little Torah, right?
For sure, of course, yes.
So the person who has the same amount of Torah knowledge, because he's wearing his tzitzis, he remembers the commandments more, and he still ate pork with the tzitzis on. So does he get more punishment? Just if he has the same amount of knowledge, did the same act, but just because he wore tzitzis?
Okay. You asked this question. It's not simple, like I'm not sure how it's simply to answer your question, but let's break it into your question, like or my answer into few like categories, right?
Understood.
So first, let's if a person eats pork, right? So let's start from that. So it says when a person eats non-kosher food, it makes his neshama tameh. Tameh is like impure, and it creates the spiritual shell. It's called klipa. I'm sure that you heard of this.
Yeah.
Klipa. It's like I don't know, like maybe imagine like an orange, right? That is it's like shell. So in some oranges like this peel, it's like very thick, right? And the more he eats all of this impure food, non-kosher food, knowingly or unknowingly, so it creates like a thicker klipa around the soul. So this knowledge, right, or even if person learns or he's trying to read books, this Torah does not penetrate to his soul. You understand? It's like useless. It's like it's like you wash orange with the water. You can wash this orange for 3 hours, like inside. The water does not go inside. You understand? So inside it's still orange, still whatever in its original form. So, but this water is going to waste. So same with this person who eats non-kosher, all of the Torah he learns is going to waste. So I give you one example, like no, forget about the example. So basically, people who like who trying to get closer, who becomes Balchuat. So the first thing we tell him, start eating kosher. Otherwise, it's all useless. And person will say, what the difference does it make? What is the difference? I eat not kosher cheese. I eat not kosher pizza. It's only cheese. And then we tell them that's spiritual thing. So this Torah is not going to like knowledge. So a person can have knowledge. He has a good memory, right? He can memorize. He can memorize math, history, and he can memorize all of the algebra, all of the formulas, and all of the years of people. How long people lived in the days of Metushelach. All of this, like in the beginning of the Torah, all this who is connected to who, like all of the information, but it does not make him God fearing. So this Torah is useless. His knowledge is absolutely useless if, as from your example, right? So he continued eating pork. Okay, so that's one aspect. So second aspect, you see when you say if he has tzitzis or he does not have tzitzis, if the guy who wears tzitzis, the punishment is bigger. I would say it's not bigger because he does not understand what's going on. They're exactly the same. So this tzitzis is like useless to him. You understand? They do not represent anything. So in order to know about the tzitzis, a person has to learn. And there is a problem with many like grown up people who became Balchula. They skip the basics, and it's so sad they do not know basics. You understand? So they go with the outlook is correct, everything is correct. They know the words, they pronounce, they know where to bow, where to take three steps back. There is no problem, but basic they do not know. Yeah.
I'll give you an example. So this is what I think it's like. So let's say someone's driving, okay, and on the road, you know how it says stop on the road, right? So you see it, but you don't really care, and so a person keeps going, okay? But let's say there are 4 red lights in front of him, and he still goes. Either way, he knows he was supposed to stop, but he had more. He was more observant with the 4 red lights than the dirty stop sign on the road. So because he knew more, I would say that maybe yes, he he gets a bigger punishment.
Mm-hmm.
It's like we'll say it this way: someone is doing a test, okay, and during the test, he has two choices. He studied either way, but in the first test, he's not allowed to use his notes, and in the second test, he's allowed to use his notes, okay?
Mm-hmm.
In the first test, he got a 60. On the second test, with the notes, he got a 60. He should have got a higher grade with the notes, but he still got the same grade.
Yeah.
So it's a problem. You look stupider when you had the notes,
Exactly.
and you got the 60. You get it?
Yes.
That's the problem.
Yeah. That's 100% the problem. Yes.
Okay.
So all right. So did we answer your question?
Yes. And also one more. This kind of goes back to the kind of like the washing of the hands. So I know that when you wash the hands, you're supposed to wash the hands if you touch a part of the body that's usually covered, correct?
Yes.
Okay. But someone who hides his tzitzit, okay? Let's say he hides it under his pants and between his underwear and his pants, okay?
Yes.
Now, that part is usually covered.
Yes.
So does he have to wash the tzitzis?
No. This impurity goes only to on his skin, only on his hands.
Okay.
Only his hands. So basically, for example, I give you one example. So he had these tzitzis out, and for whatever reason he needs to put them back, like tuck them in. There is no problem. He didn't. I mean, he didn't touch his body, right? He touched his underwear, whatever, his short and undershort, so that there is no problem. He doesn't have to wash his hands. So, all right. So let's continue. So basically, okay. So let's go. We didn't finish with commentary number 6. So we said that there is no obligation to have this tzitzis, right? I mean, only you have obligation to have the tzitzis only if you have this 4-corner garment, right? Then you are obligated to put tzitzis. So basically, if you don't have garment, you're not obligated. But we said that nowadays it became Jewish custom, and since it became Jewish custom, it became like an obligation. And said that all of the Jewish males have to wear the tzitzis. Right? But the first concept, as we explained, if he has this 4-corner garment. So the same concept applied to other mitzvahs. For example, the question is he obligated to wash his hands for the bread? So the answer is only if he's going to eat the bread. So otherwise he's not obligated to eat bread. There's no such obligation. Maybe on Shabbos it's stronger, but otherwise he's not obligated. So, or for example, now, are you, like in these Holomoed days, intermediate days, are you obligated to eat matzah? So the Torah says you should not eat chometz. Meaning what? Meaning if you want to eat bread, so you have to eat matzah. But if you don't want to eat matzah, there is no obligation to eat matzah. Even though some Chachamim, I think, will not go on, and some others say there is a separate mitzvah for each piece of matzah during Pesach festival, but strict halacha is you're not obligated to eat matzah every day. You understand? But if you want to eat bread, eat matzah. I think it's a very similar concept. But here we went a little stricter, so it became a Jewish custom to wear tzitzis. Okay, continue after note 6. The following is a description of the ideal features of the Tallis-Katan. It should be made of wool of sheep. So it's ideal, so meaning that it could be made from other materials, as we're going to see. So one more time, it should be made from wool of sheep. 7. As mentioned, it is meritorious to wear Tallis-Katan made only of sheep wool, whose tzitzis are also made of wool. So that's it's like the high standard. even during hot summer. Okay. One who does so will merit heavenly blessing. Beezrat Chaim, and so basically this it's on one hand it's wool, it's hot in the summer, it's hot and humid, but on another hand, if you know reward, and as Rabbi Mizrahi explained, when you imagine yourself that HaShem is going to give you a little diamond for each drop of sweat, so suddenly it's not that hot. You understand? And the sweating part is not that annoying. You understand? So if you know that the reward, it's not that bad. Okay, and then you get used to it, so it's actually cool. Other materials may be used as well, as discussed below, CF2 and CF12. But using sheep's wool is preferable. See further discussion, see Shulchan Aruch and Mishnah Berurah, etc. Okay. According to Rabbi Moshe Feinstein, that's all, garments made entirely of synthetic material are not required to have tzitzis. That's Moshe. But believe it or not, there is another opinion. I'm not sure whose opinion. So other people say no for even synthetic material, but this is I think something synthetic, not all synthetic. I'm not sure which one. What is the difference? But on some of them they do put tzitzis. I don't know if you ever saw this mesh tzitzis. Like mesh, like it's synthetic. It's not wool. Okay, continue. So first, it should be of wool. So wool of sheep, meaning what? Tzitzis itself and the strings. Okay, it should be white. 8. The Ashkenazi custom is to use white threads for the white fringes. Right? Since there are authorities who hold that the main color of the garment and that of the fringes should be identical, the tzitzis garment should also be white. Okay? It is also customary to have dark stripes in the tallis as a remembrance of the hellas color that is used as part of tzitzis. So basically, as we learned in the Torah, it used to be this creature hilazon, and we used its blood for the one string of the tzitzis, right? So it would be like blue like skies. So it says why like blue because blue like the sea. So you will. And the sea, why is the sea? Because it's like a sky. And why is the sky? So you're going to remember HaShem, basically. That's the idea. So basically, that one techeles string is going to be much darker. And as a remembrance of this, so we have this black stripes on at least on Tallis Gadol on a big one. On a small one, you can use plain white tzitzis. Right, especially if you don't want them to be too noticeable under your short, right? Then you wear little thinner shorts. So just wear white, and you will have no issues. Like white on white, there is no problem. The biblical Mitzvah of Tzitzis dictates that one or two of the strings be techeles. Okay, as we said, this is a blue string. Wool dyed in bluish color. Bluish color. This is a dye made from the secretion of the sea creature called hilazon. Okay, it's all safe. Okay, today, as the identity of hilazon is not known, to us, our tzitzis consist of 4 white threads. So if you're going to buy tzitzis, so just a recommendation: do not buy with this blue string. Okay, do not buy. So some people think that it's upgrade. That's the highest level. It's not. Okay. So one more time, this sentence from the beginning. It should be made of the wool of sheep. So sheep, we just come to number 7. It should be white. Okay, it was number 8. And large as a required measurement. Number 9. A garment required tzitzis that is large enough to cover the head and most of the body of the average 9-year-old boy. Mishnah Brura. Okay. So basically, like when you come to the store to buy tzitzis, so there are different sizes, and sometimes this guy, the store attendant, he will tell you, yeah, you need size, I don't know, it's like 18, 16, whatever. So don't say thank you and say I want to try. So in most of the stores they have the samples. So if you just go by the size. So even if it's not that style, just try one and you would know your size, whatever you do. So you probably would need, I would say, 24 or 26 even. Right. So the way to understand your size, I think like my understanding, like the way I buy tzitzis for myself and for others, they would ask me, like I would take them to the store. So it would be like so the corners would be up to your waist, right? And not the corners, the length would be up to your waist. If you want longer, there's no problem because it's going to shrink after you wash it. It's going to shrink a little. So by a little longer, no problem. Okay, continue. So we said the measurement. There is 3/4 of an amma long. Okay, number 10. There is 3/4 of amma between 14.2 and 17.1 inches. Okay. See Appendix A in front of him and 3¼ of amma behind him. The whole of the neck does not count toward the measurement. So basically, this they give you the Kitzur give you the smaller measurement. So in this case, of course, no, forget about Tzitzis out. I'm not sure. Maybe they're going to reach your legs. Maybe yes, maybe no, I'm not sure. It's 17 inches. It's very, very short. Okay, continue. And half of the amma wide. Continue. Some say that it must be amma long and amma wide. One amma wide. Number 11. There's a length of amma between 18.9 and 22.7 inches. See Appendix A. In front of him and amma behind him. The whole of the neck does not count toward the measurement, and the width of 1 amma. So 22 is not. It's a little bigger. Mishnah Brura writes that it's proper for one to have the Tallis-Katan that conforms with a larger measurement. I mean, the Kitzur says about minimum requirement, but of course it's proper. Like with all garments, you're not going to wear a short that you wore when you were 7 years old, right? Continue. Those who make the Tallis-Katan sewn on its sides. Sewn on its sides. Must be careful that it should be open on each side. Okay. By the discernible majority. Okay, so let's see. Commenting. They sew the front and the back panels to the Tzitzis garment together at the sides, creating a vest-like garment. Okay. So one more time the sentence. I think we're going to stop very soon. It's too much information, I guess. So one more time the sentence from the beginning, like after note number 11. Those who make the Tallis-Katan sewn up at the sides must be careful that it should be open each side by the discernible majority of the length of the garment. Number 13. If the majority of the side is closed, the entire side is considered closed. So we go by majority. Most of the time. This eliminates the corners at the bottom of the garment. And such garment is not obligated tzitzis and it does not have corners. So even though, like technically, I mean, it has corners, right? The guy is sewn only like half of the garment together. So, but halakhically, it's like it does not have corners. Next sentence says, and the sides may not be evenly closed with hooks. Finish number 1. Okay, I think we can stop here. I don't make unless you wanted to continue. You tell me.
Oh no, I just wanted to ask you one question.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
So back to what you said about the kosher. So let's just say there's a person, don't ask why, but he eats non-kosher, okay? But then he studies Torah, but he doesn't understand a single word that he reads. Does he still gets reward for studying Torah, right?
Yes. You're right, 100%. Yes.
Okay. That's all.
But it's very minimal reward. On the other hand, we learn Torah. You see, the reason we learn Torah in order to practice it. So even though, as you said, that he's getting reward, as we said, he's getting reward. It's very nice, but he's not getting for any reward for practice. It's like useless.
Okay.
Why would you waste? I mean, for reward, yes. I mean, he reads for every letter we read, but it's like they give you this example, like so somebody have a sock with a hole, and he's trying to get all of these golden bars in that sock, right? And he puts more, and they just fall out from this hole. So many times he would pick up the same gold bar and put it there. It's like useless. Why just fix your sock, fix yourself up? So basically, that's why you need somebody, a mentor, a rabbi, who can tell you what like priority of the things. This is important. This is not important. This is a must, and this can wait another, I don't know, 6 months until you're ready.
But he gets less reward than, let's say, someone who eats kosher, but simply, let's say, he doesn't know how to read, but he tries to study Torah. We'll say it that way.
Yes.
Okay, that's it.
All right, so let's stop here. 1 second, let me start recording. Stop recording.